So it was a big night of issues, night of ideology that we heard batted about there. Last night's GOP debate from the Fox Business Network gave voters quite a bit to chew on.
We will have a wall. The wall will be built. The wall will be successful. And if you think walls don't work, all you have to do is ask Israel. The wall works, believe me, properly done.
Who sits there and tells her daughter and a government official that, no, this was a terrorist attack, and then tells everybody else that it was a video. Where I came from, they call that a lie. And
if the family breaks down, society breaks down. You can't have a strong nation without strong values. And no one is born with strong values. They have to be taught to you in strong families and reinforced in you in strong communities.
The politics of it would be very, very different if a bunch of lawyers or bankers were crossing the Rio Grande. Or if a bunch of people with journalism degrees were coming over and driving down the wages in the press.
See, an economic theory is fine, but you know what? People need help. Now, I have a plan that, in fact, would cut taxes, but not $11 or $12 trillion, that would put my children further in debt.
The United States needs to lead across the board. This president and Hillary Clinton both do not believe that the United States has a leadership role to play, and we're now paying a price.
I would start rebuilding the Sixth Fleet right under his nose, rebuilding the missile defense program in Poland right under his nose. I would conduct very aggressive military exercises in the Baltic states so that he understood we would protect our NATO allies and would-be allies.
When you think it's going to be a good idea to have a no-fly zone over Iraq, realize that means you are saying we are going to shoot down Russian planes. If you're ready for that, be ready to send your sons and daughters to another war in Iraq. I don't want to see that happen.
Welcome, everybody. Brand new hour of America's Newsroom now. I'm Martha McCallum.
And I'm Bill Hemmer. The day after, the smoke's starting to clear a little bit, and now a few deep differences on display. The candidates covering the economy, immigration, defense. Team Fox coverage leading this hour with Chris Steyerwalt standing by with a look at the winners and losers in Milwaukee. Also in Milwaukee, our senior national correspondent, John Roberts. John, let's start with you. Good morning there.
Bill, good morning to you. Quite a night it was. You know, our sister network, Fox Business, promised us a substantive discussion of policy, and that is exactly what it delivered. Though it didn't stop spirited back and forth between the candidates over policies that they would pursue, try to make this country better. Two of the big topics at point of discussion last night, military spending and Putin's foray into Syria.
How is it conservative to add $1 trillion in military expenditures?
There are radical jihadists in the Middle East beheading people and crucifying Christians. A radical Shia cleric in Iran trying to get a nuclear weapon. The Chinese taking over the South China Sea. I know that the world is a safer and better place when America is the strongest military power in the world.
If Putin wants to go and knock the hell out of ISIS, I am all for it, 100%.
Let ISIS take out Assad, and then Putin will take out ISIS. I mean, that's like a board game. That's not how the real world works. We have to lead.
But for New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, who was relegated to the undercard debate last night, even that degree of internecine warfare was missing the bigger point.
I think that on the main stage, what you saw again was, a lot of interruptions, a lot of back and forth against each other. And the fact is that the differences between us on that stage, while real, are much, much less significant than the differences that we have with Hillary Clinton.
Christie was talking to me this morning when he was making an appearance here on Fox News just a little while ago. He told me that he hopes that his performance at the undercard debate, a lot of people, Bill, believe that he won that debate, will propel him back to the main stage in Las Vegas on December the 15th.
It's happened before. There was a lot of talk about immigration. Who got the better of that argument, John?
Oh, it went around and around, but I think you'd probably have to give it to Ted Cruz. There was a lot of pointed discussion and sharp differences on immigration, particularly over what to do about the 11 million people already in this country illegally and the economic cost of illegal immigration. Here's Cruz.
When the mainstream media covers immigration, it doesn't often see it as an economic issue. The politics of it would be very, very different if a bunch of lawyers or bankers were crossing the Rio Grande.
To send them back $500,000 a month is just not possible. And it's not embracing American values. What we need to do is allow people to earn legal status where they pay a fine, where they work, where they don't commit crimes, where they learn English.
On Fox and Friends this morning, Senator Marco Rubio said he learned his lesson on immigration reform after his experience with the Gang of Eight bill.
The lesson I learned from that is the people of the United States do not trust the federal government on immigration. And you're going to have to prove to them that illegal immigration is under control, that the numbers have been brought down substantially. That means not just passing a border security law, but actually doing it.
Marco Rubio had another very strong night last night. Jeb Bush was better than he's been in the last 3 dates. But it appears, though, the student continues to outshine the master. Bill?
On to Nevada, mid-December. Thank you, John. John Robertson, Milwaukee, Wisconsin today. Thank you, John.